shall it be at the coming of the Son of Man. Remember what I said on that wicked and adulterous generation, Jonah, huh? We'll get there in a second. In the book of Genesis, 3 men met with Abraham in the plains of Mamre. One of them was the Lord. Abraham recognized him and said, Lord, if I have found favor in your sight, pass not away from me. Sarah, fix him some food, he may be hungry. Sit down, Lord, and rest yourself. But the Lord came to put down some business. And he said, Abraham, I'm sending these angels down to destroy Sodom and Gomorrah. And I'm going to kill everything but Lot and the members of his family. Abraham was hurt by the judgment of God. And he questioned God's judgment. And he said, well, would you destroy the righteous along with the wicked? God knew Abraham didn't understand. So he said, Abraham, if you can find 50, I will save the city. But meanwhile, they just going down into Sodom and get ready to take care of business. Abraham couldn't find 50, he couldn't find 40, he couldn't find 30, he couldn't find 20. Meanwhile, the angels were living in Lot's house. But the men of Sodom were doing something that no man had ever done before them. What was that? Oh, the Quran says they were looking at men with lust in their heart as they should a female. And that conduct was abominable in the sight of God. See, pastors. You cannot hide the standard of God under a bushel basket and preach for the sake of money and leave the standard of God alone. You have to bring the standard of God out from under the bushel basket and put it up high so that the people will see how far off they are. So that when God starts chastising them, they'll know exactly why they did what. The people of Lot came to Lot's house. They knocked on the door. What you want? We want them fine-looking men you got up in there. I said, wait a minute. Here's my 2 daughters. Look at them there. They're beautiful girls. We don't want your daughters. Mr. Levin. Levine, is that what it is? Levin or Levine. Usually it has an E on the end of it if it's Levine. But whatever it is, you know who I'm talking to. You call me homophobic. He's anti-gay. What would you say if Lot came back? What would you say if Abraham, whom you claim to be your father, if he came back? What would you say? Would you call Abraham homophobic? Talk back to me. I love gay people. I love every one of my brothers and sisters. I don't care what their circumstance of sin is, because I got circumstance of sin, and there ain't nobody in here holy. Where's the Holy One? Stand up! Everybody better sit down. You ain't holy, brother. You better sit down. Bible say all our righteousness is like filthy rags with God. All of us have fallen short of the glory of God. Ain't none of us that don't stand in need of God's mercy. None of us. So I'm not throwing off on those who have that particular problem, because we all got a problem we got to deal with. I got to put it on you. And you know why I got to put it on you? Because I love you. I love you. And I want us to escape God's wrath, and there is a way out. And I'm going to tell you the way out so we can get out. Slenderman can get out too. You can get out. Clinton can get out. Everybody can get out. But you got a window of opportunity and it's closing. Almost there. Abraham couldn't find 30, couldn't find 20, couldn't find 10. God said, go back. See if you can find one. Abraham came back and said, I couldn't find one. Meanwhile, the angels told Lot, take your family, get out, and don't look back. That's right. And when Abraham was convinced that the judgment of God was true, the Bible said on that very day, fire and brimstone fell on Sodom and Gomorrah. And the Bible says, days of Lot in Sodom and Gomorrah, so shall it be at the coming of the Son of Man. Oh, beloved family, I've got just about a few more minutes. I can't take too much more time. But beloved family, Selma, I'm just filled. I'm full because of what I've experienced while being here, the beauty of this people, and the sadness of your condition, and the hypocrisy of those in leadership who would dare tell you that things are better while they're manipulating every day to rob you of the power of your vote so that they can stay in power for life and still lead you and teach you and have control over you while they themselves have not repented of the evil of yesterday as well as the evil of today. As it was in the days of Lot in Sodom and Gomorrah, so shall it be at the coming of the Son of Man. 2 more pictures I'm going to give you, and one, of course, is Pharaoh. And that's very close to our hearts. Because I don't ever hear white folks saying, go down, Moses, way down in Egypt land. Why don't you let my people go? That's your song. White folk don't sing that. They know they ain't in no Egypt land. But you in a modern Egypt, under a modern Pharaoh that's had us in bondage over 400 years. And they have a conspiracy. Like the old Pharaoh, kill all the male children and spare the female. They don't want you connecting to Africa. They don't want you connecting with no power but them. And they want to determine who your friends are going to be. So every black man that you've had that went outside of America to find a friend over there, they were maligned by the press and called sellouts of black people. You know them, brother. They did that to W.E.B. Du Bois. They did that to Marcus Garvey. They did it to Malcolm. And when Martin, may God rest his great soul, saw that the war on poverty by Mr. Johnson would never be successful because of the prosecution of a war in Vietnam. When he spoke against that war, they called him meddling. And the government sent down a decree of death on our brother. Right to this day, this modern Pharaoh he has found new ways to kill us. But not a dreamer. I didn't lay down and dream that there's a conspiracy. There's a man that's Jewish. Tell me I'm crazy because I think of conspiracy theories. You can't be Jewish and not understand conspiracy. You can't be Jewish and not understand conspiracy. Pharaoh had a conspiracy against the children of Israel. Who was that man, Haman, and the king, Ahasuerus, and Mordecai? And who was that brilliant woman of the Bible? Oh, what was her name? Esther. Queen Esther. They had a conspiracy to kill all the Jews. Not some of them, all of them.
Lost production.
Esther and Mordecai prevailing on the king Ahasuerus. Every Jew in that area would have been killed. That's not in the Bible as a joke. You that grew up in Selma, the older ones that sit in front of me, you know there was a time when you didn't have to lock your doors. You know there was a time in Alabama, even under the heat of white oppression, that we never did to each other what we're doing to each other today. Pharaoh has decided to let you go, and then he's decided to kill you, just like he did the children of Israel. I got to tell you, because you dying right in front of me as I'm looking. You're in the valley of the shadow of death. You talk about the shadow of death, Mr. Levin. We live under the valley of the shadow of death. Sisters, no more welfare reform. They let you go. Affirmative action gone. They let you go. Entitlement programs gone. They let you go. Oh yeah. Medicaid, Medicare, going to let you go. You crying. Look, why you doing this down there? You sounded like them stupid children of Israel. Out in the wilderness, they would rather be back on the Pharaoh than be free. Here's Miss Rose Sanders fighting for you. She's not getting rich from her struggle. She's fighting for you. What are you waiting on? You waiting for death to come to the door so you can have a big funeral and talk about how strong she was? What the hell is wrong with you? There ain't no sideline in this struggle. You stood on the sideline when King was on that bridge with the resistance. Now you all can claim how proud you are. You weren't there. Sitting around in church talking about, were you there when they crucified my Lord? Negroes like you are always there. You're always there when your leaders go down, standing on the line, fighting your name. There ain't no sideline for you today. You're either going to get involved or you won't be worth nothing. mothers protecting your sons. Your daughters get up, grow up strong. Your sons grow up weak. All these girls in here strong, independent, courageous. Mother Cooper didn't knock the man down. We wouldn't even know he could have failed. A sister had to show us he could go down. I love you, Mother Cooper, and I'm honored to be in your company. Everybody in this room will never see Mother Cooper. I'm going to flip that hat straight. Because she knocked the sheriff down and had been knocking us down. And we trembling with fear, but a woman with strength rose up and hit him with the power of God. I know Mother Cooper surprised herself. But Mother Cooper, see, it wasn't you. It wasn't you, Mama. See, Mama, the Bible in the Quran said, I will slay them at your hand. See, when you become an instrument of God, He used you as a battle axe. He used the jawbone of an ass in Samson. This is an ass because he's got a jawbone. And God got me in His hand. And all I got to do is move my jaw and speak the truth. And the Philistines' heads get crushed. See them, they can't take it. They run out. Well, it's getting tough. Them Negroes might attack me. Ain't nobody going to attack you. It's just your own fear. Out of your own evil, wicked hearts that make you think somebody going to attack you. No, we can't do the job. But God is able. Now I'm just about finished. Let me wind this up. Nebuchadnezzar and Belshazzar had the Hebrew boys. Took the gold and silver vessels and poured wine and strong drink in them. Changed their names, changed their tongue, changed the meat that they ate. Azariah, Hananiah, Zephaniah, Mishael changed their name to Shadrach, Meshach, and a bad Negro. I mean, a bad Negro. Hey, look at you. Where's your name? We called your name today. You stand up, but that ain't your name. That's your slave master name. Johnson, Jones, Smith, O'Reilly, Jackson, White, Brown, Green, Blue. And you get a name like that. Same way they branded their horses, their dogs, and their pigs. They named black folk. And you ain't got sense enough now to recognize that that's somebody else's name that you giving honor to. Give honor to God. You are God's people. Why not wear God's name? A man saw a finger writing in blood on the wall.
All right. Welcome to the Boss Grand Rising Show. All the day is Tell the Truth Tuesday. We encourage you to, to be truthful to yourself. To be truthful to yourself, you can expect other people to lie, cheat, murder, incest, rape. You can expect it. This is America. This is America. So, also on this Tell the Truth Tuesday, we encourage you to accept constructive criticism. I used to get it a lot from my coaches. There's nothing wrong with constructive criticism. It is the criticism of love, without a doubt. So we're going to just go to some music this morning. Got a special announcement. We're going to be talking about some politics and all that good stuff. Registering to vote. The 18th, Friday, is the last day to register online. The 25th is the last day to register in person. We want to make sure that everyone, take advantage of their, constitutional rights. Constitutional right. And we're going to talk more about, registration, the full benefits of registration, because most people only talk about the one side of registration. But it's two sides to registration. It's two sides. So we want you to make sure that we're taking advantage of of our system. Everyone in the world is trying to get here. Everyone in the world is trying to get to America. And so, as citizens, we got to take advantage of what our ancestors built for us. Everyone else is. So on this Tell the Truth Tuesday, we're going to talk about the election process. The election is coming up soon. We're just going to talk about, the who's running possibly. If you want to call in, 402-714-6482. We can dialogue on who you think, what you guys thinking in regards to who you're going to be voting for. Jay Keys, 402-714-6482. Give me a call. Let me know what you thinking about this election. And we're going to talk about the full benefits of registering to vote, because like I said, the Democrats, Republicans, what's going, brother AI, Tony, the full benefits of registering, because like I said, everyone just talk about the voting benefits of registering to vote. That's just one side. That's just one benefit. There's two benefits by registering to vote. Two benefits. The other benefits, you get to participate on juries. You have two benefits. I know those that argue, well, I don't want to vote. Okay, don't vote. Still register so you can participate on juries, because juries happen every day. Poor people, Black people specifically, always talking about the criminal justice system has been unfair. We have documented from the FBI, from Hoover himself, on what they did to the Black Panthers, Nation of Islam, Southern Christian Leadership Conference, Urban League. It's been documented. So there's two sides. There's two sides to registering to vote, and I argue for those that are. And I play Farrakhan specifically for a reason. It's Million Man March time, baby. I'm a man marcher. Without a doubt, I was there October 15th, 16th, 1995. I was there. I was in the building. We didn't rush the Capitol. No, we didn't rush the Capitol. And they had us surrounded like we was going to rush the Capitol. It's all these black men. It's going to be a riot. No, it wasn't a riot. It was Love is a Day of Atonement. I was there. The first day, oh yeah, I felt the presence of God. I'm feeling them now. So the anniversary is coming up. And then on the 17th is my mama birthday. Oh yeah. The day she was, oh yeah, brought into existence, October 17th, 1930. One of 15 children born in Sumner, Mississippi, where they had the trial for Emmett Till. I'm a different type of dude. Made different, without a doubt. So in this Tell the Truth Tuesday, we're going to talk about the sacrifice of your ancestors, and you modern day Negroes are trying to take credit for what they went through. I'm not trying to take no credit for picking cotton. I never picked cotton. Only seen it in live a couple times, like it's on the vine out in the cotton fields. The last time I saw it, when we took my mother back to her hometown, Sumner, in front of the house, all cotton fields. So soon they came out the house, they had to work. And you modern day Negroes saying voting don't matter. See, and you want to take credit for what your ancestors went through. We can't change yesterday. We can only affect tomorrow, today and tomorrow. If given tomorrow, inshallah, see, we can speak in some different languages, which means God willing. So on this Tell the Truth Tuesday, it's about honesty of self. We are a research radio station. We're the only one in the world. We made different for real. We survived from our neighbors. My mama couldn't read and write. So our neighbors from Hamilton Street, where we live right next door to Greater New Hope Baptist Church, all the way to Ohio Street, where the house that they said Poindexter and Rice bombed, we lived in that house. We moved out of that house previously, 6 months before that bombing happened. And then in Hilltop Projects, Walnut Hill. So I got a text from what is atonement? Because this is the anniversary, 29 years of the Million Man March. The black man has not invaded any other country. Maybe the Moors did back way when. But we're not dropping bombs on anyone now. We've not been the aggressor. We've been the teacher. Ask Aristotle, ask Socrates. We've been the teachers of the world. We've not been the aggressors of the world. 2024, I encourage black men specifically to long to no longer suppress their greatness. It's time to be great. All we're doing is bragging off our God-given abilities. What's wrong with bragging off God? Everybody want to brag off the devil. Oh, what I got. I got this. I got that. I went there. So it is the anniversary of the Man March, the 20th, excuse me, tomorrow. Tomorrow. And then my mama birthday. Shouts out to the Warriors, Midland University's homecoming weekend. So I got brothers coming back that I met at 18. They're gonna be in the building all around the country. Oh yeah, it's like I'm going back to college freshman day, baby. It's freshman. I'm going back to college. So seriously, on this day of atonement, the Man March was called for black men to atone for their sins. See, we are purposeful. That's why we do what we do here in 95.7 The Boss. When you have a teacher like that, when you're purposeful on trying to heal oneself physically, mentally. Like I said, my mama survived off our neighbors. She couldn't read and write. So she survived off those people, those neighbors who guided her, church members who helped her because she couldn't read and write. See, that's how you truly love your neighbor. And that's why I say we're the only research radio station, because I know for a fact our goal is to be better individuals, better family members, and better citizens. That's the type of community I grew up in. Of course, uh, nothing's never perfect, but it was way better than it is now. Holy Day of Atonement. So, like I said, we didn't bomb rush. We didn't bomb rush the Capitol. We didn't cause a shooting. We didn't beat up no DC police or none of that. It was total love. It was the first time I actually heard brother. It was so many brothers, like 2 million black all around the world. I mean, I seen brothers dressed in a natural, natural native country garments. Man, they were looking sweet, dark skinned brothers with. I mean, I see some brothers like about 6'5", all red, just in their Arab clothing and stuff like that from all around the world. Man, it's a great experience. And now it's coming. I mean, God is in the building. I got the armor of God on right now. I have the armor of God on right now. He said I could use his name. Period. He gave me permission to use his name this morning. So the reason why we went was to atone for our sins. We're going into 2025. What we going to do different? I'm going to read something to you real quick. The Holy Day of Atonement. Again, that's tomorrow. What is atonement? This is a science. This is a tool. The reason that it is absolutely necessary to make forward progress is because human affairs, whether it's political, social, moral, family, educational, or scientific, there is always something that is going wrong. It does not matter intention. In the beginning, something sooner or later will go wrong. There will be a problem. There will be someone upset. There will be some difficulties that has to be overcome. There will be some misunderstandings. There will be some miscommunication lacks. There will be something that makes things not turn out the way they are intended. So when things go wrong, there's had to be a science that removes the wrong so the further progress can be made. And that is the science of atonement. Without a doubt, baby. You heard it here. Without a doubt. Expect, I keep telling y'all, expect something to go wrong. But we got to figure out how to take out the wrong before it happens. And so it's always a progression. That means we got to have communication. That means that we actually have to start loving our neighbors, listen to our neighbors' concerns, and see, as humans, as I keep telling everyone, the best system is mutualism on how we can solve it. If my sister have a problem, I have a problem. If my brother have a problem, I also indirectly, sometimes directly, have the same problem. We human family, baby. This is the way it go. I'm a million man marcher. Um, uh, my mother' birthday coming up to me. It's like a holy weekend, without a doubt. Got my homeboys coming in, my brothers, because my two biological brothers were killed. One by the Caucasian man, and the other by the black man. So this Tell the Truth Tuesday is honestly a truth of a love of self. 2025, we're going to be celebrating December 31st. It's going to be our 10th year anniversary here at 95.7 The Boss. A lot of people didn't believe in myself. Young people, as you go to school, old people, I don't care who you are, if you're listening, you're going to have a lot of people that do not believe in you. But one thing that my mama, who was, y'all would say illiterate, y'all would talk about her today because that's what y'all do. She had a PhD in common sense, and she knew education was important. And so, as you go to school, young people, my mama honestly picked cotton. She was a little late, five, no jive. I miss my mama for real. I miss my father. And so on this Tell the Truth Tuesday, let's truly be honest um, with self. Let's listen to the constructive criticism. If your mother is telling you something, your father is telling you something, if your wife or husband is telling you something that you know is true, and you know that stopping this or beginning that can improve your life, then let's get it done. Let's get it done. I've had too many brothers that I know that aren't here no more. Mitch, Nipsey, recently Nikita. I got a lot of brothers and sisters not here no more. What's up, brother Hall? What's up, Bantrice? See, Bantrice, a warrior, Midland warrior. It's homecoming weekend. Got a lot of homeboys coming back. Shouts out to Gully. He's going to be inducted to the Midland Hall of Fame. I call him the general on the basketball court. From Bryant High, went to Midland, same route I did. I'm an All-American. DJ Mecca, you need to come out of retirement. You need to come out of retirement, DJ Mecca. Need to come out of retirement. But on this Tell the Truth Tuesday, I'm kind of uh, um I I I prayed a lot because I want to drop some names, but I want them to come to my anniversary party first. Now I don't think they're gonna come anyway, but I'm trying to have a different approach. I'm trying to come with some honey. I don't know how long that's gonna last because when you get microaggressions, when you get microaggressions or people do things on purpose because they don't want to see so-called shine. I'm already shining. My mama put Vaseline on me when I was walking to school. Hart Kennedy from Hilltop Project. I've been shining for a long time. Can't take my shine away from me. Shout out to Vaseline. Give me the shine. Can't take my shine away. What's your shine is meant to be your shine. My coach taught me. Shouts out to Coach McGill. That's my college coach. I was frustrated as a freshman. Like I said, man, man, this weekend, it's like it's the Million Man March anniversary tomorrow. It's my mama's birthday. My brothers from out of town is gonna be in the building. I'm going back to Midland Lutheran College. It's like I'm a freshman right now, man. I feel like, oh yeah, that's why I'm the greatest dunker. That's why I'm the greatest dunker, without a doubt. I'm feeling like that. I'm feeling really frisky right now, or energetic. I'm feeling really energetic now. Doris Boy. I'm feeling really energetic right now. So this weekend, it's if you run into me, we're gonna have a good time. If you run into me, we're gonna have a good time this weekend. So I do have an announcement. The politics is coming up. I mentioned what's more important, or excuse me, what's the true benefits of registering to vote. Um, I'll talk about those non-voters in a second. Yeah, you on the sideline, the Negroes on the sideline chattering. We talk to y'all in a second. But for the brothers and sisters that like to vote, I'm talking to you right now. So, anyone else, shout out to the Burbs, the Bluffs. But when you register to vote, and prison, it doesn't have a color or an ethnicity or a religion. Prison have everybody. Yes, I Chris. So, like I said, that's the guest coming in. See the step. Oh man, make sure you're all right. Yeah. Let's see. I'll make sure you see. I'm telling Chris jumping over the beams and everything. Let me get you in this chair. This chair kind of moves. Let me move this thing right here. So you can slide in there. There we go. right, I was kind of prepping them. Omaha, we got our guest in the building, but first we was talking about, and I'll let him get all situated. We was talking about registering to vote. And like I said, most people, candidates, parties, they only focus on the one benefit of registering to vote. And being a former probation officer and working in a courtroom for almost 10 years, I know the importance of registering to vote. Um, Myself being a foreman on a jury, the only way that I got that position was because I was a registered voter. My mama, who couldn't read and write, she made sure I got signed up for the selective service. She made sure that I followed the law. I got the letter in the mail. I remember getting the letter in the mail, and my mama couldn't read it. I had to read it. My dad's military. My dad, Air Force. Shouts out to Air Force. Shouts out to all military. And so I'm reading the letter. I got to go get signed up for, selective service. That's potential draft. That's a potential draft. All males have to do it. If my mama said, if you're gonna die for America, then you gotta make sure you get educated in America and use all the rights of America. She said you're gonna trust two things. She said the dollar and God. That's what mama taught me, Chris. She said you can trust the dollar and God. And so far she been right. She been right. Trust dollar and the God. Sometimes the dollar goes up and down, but we gotta get on the economists for that. We gotta get on the economists for that. But my mom been right. You can depend on the dollar. I know they're trying to come with the bricks. I know, but no, you can trust in the dollar and God for real. All right. Now, that's why we have elections. Now, the importance of, again, the registering, most people focus on the one side. They always focus on the voting side of registering. That's just 50% of your rights. You have two benefits when you register to vote. And most poor people, they always want to blame the criminal justice system for their situation. Now, I'm from the projects, and I've been a probation officer, so I've been on both sides, and both were right. But rich people get in trouble too. Without doubt, crime is crime. So they sometimes call it white collar crime. Rich people doing white collar crime. They just got a different name for it. Most of their stuff is financials and all that sleight of hand. So crime is crime. You know what I mean? I have had, and when I was a probation officer, I had judges on my caseload. Yes. Even judges, active judges on my caseload. They human also. They make mistake. So, but registering to vote, you get two benefits. First, you get the opportunity to vote. Second, you get the opportunity to participate on juries. And that's where we're going to talk about more because it gets talked about the least. And it affects a majority of us, especially those in poor communities or those that have substance abuse or those that have other type of issues. So we want to educate you on the importance of registering to vote. I got my main man. He works in the office. See, that's how we do it over here. We bout about it. Everybody else talk about it. Everybody else pray about it. No, we bout about it. We bring in the people that are actually responsible, for our peace. And we've been seeing our neighbors being threatened from FEMA to election workers. These are our neighbors. They don't got nothing against you. That's why I talk about that internet. See, when you get on broadcast, we cannot lie. Broadcast radio, broadcast TV. We cannot lie. We're mandated by the FCC, which is directly directed to the emergency alert system, directed to the president. We can't do that. So make sure you guys trust your resources. And so our poll workers are safe. Our FEMA workers that's out there, they could I know a few FEMA workers. They fly in to try to help. They're not there to do whatever y'all hear on the internet. We need to stop that. We need to stop that. So these poll workers are volunteers. Majorities are volunteers. They are neighbors. This is how my mama survived, off my neighbors, off her neighbors, because she couldn't read and write. We need, man. We're gonna get back to that war. When I actually our neighbors, and we're not just talking about and praying about it, we actually putting it in action. And so we gotta make sure. And this gentleman is the representative of those poll workers all over Douglas County, but also all over Nebraska and Iowa, because they all work together to make sure things are accurate. These are our neighbors. So let's remember that, y'all. All right. So Omaha, the birds are blessed. I'm slide on up real quick. We got a lot of handsomeness in the building. You know, I had to bring the handsomeness this morning because the ladies got all the talk shows, so they bring a beauty every morning from the Talk to the View and all that. There we go. There we go. So I'm getting him all set up real quick. We're gonna get probably we'll put your paperwork on this side. So there we go. Be comfortable. All right. Omaha, the birds are blessed. Like I said, I got a very special guest in the house. We're gonna talk voting. You know how these stars are. They got their own noun, verbs, adjectives, prepositional phrases, all yes, and predicates to introduce themselves. I'm gonna let this brother introduce himself because he came in jumping. I mean, he came in like he jumped in the broom. I don't know if he could fit to get married or what. Are you already married?
I'm only 49 years.
49. He tried to jump the broom again. Where your wife at?
She's at home listening.
Omaha, the birds are blessed. Why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself today, big brother?
I'm Chris Carithers. I'm the Chief Deputy Election Commissioner for Douglas County.
Now, what does that mean?
The commissioner and the deputy commissioner, myself, are responsible for, along with a staff of 13 full-time people that will grow on election day to 2,800 people.
2,800?
2,800 on election day, poll workers. We've already grown to about 150 in our office, and then we'll have 2,800 additional people on November 5th working the election.
Now, these are individuals that's going to be working across Douglas County?
All over the county, over 200 polling places. And we'll have two teams. Basically, for a presidential election, we'll double the workforce at each polling place, just in anticipation of increased voting turnout.
Okay, so let's go over conspiracy theories. Let's get this stuff out the way. So because we got over here, we got truth over here. Today is Tell the Truth Tuesday. We're not lying. Fact check us, okay?
All right.
So what one myth you want to get out the way?
Every vote counts. People have said in the past that their early vote wouldn't be counted unless it was a close election. The first number you get at 8 o'clock on election night, it's our largest single number, will be all of the early ballots cast through Monday at noon.
Okay.
Because we can count those early. So those are the first numbers. Now, we don't know what they are until 8 o'clock. And then at 8 o'clock, those numbers are released. That's one of one of the misconceptions. We're up to about half of the vote will be by mail or in person early voting now. that's grown from 30%. It became real popular during the pandemic.
Mhm.
Some of the other myths that yeah.
Let's start right there. So when you guys get a mailed-in ballot,
Mhm.
I just mail it in. Say I mailed mine's in today. You might get it like next Monday. Is it open up then, or when is it open up? Is it open up on election day and then read, or how does that process go?
We're allowed to open them a week prior to the election.
Okay.
So what we'll do, we'll have two people with we'll have groups of two people of different party affiliations. So
Okay, Democrats and Republicans,
Democrats, Republicans,
or what about independents?
nonpartisans, libertarians, legal marijuana now.
Okay,
And I believe there are like 500 no labels parties. So they can be any of those parties, but they'll be of different
at different times.
affiliations.
Okay.
And then one will open the envelope, the other will pull it out. They will both check to make sure that the number of the ballot is correct, that there are that all of the information, they've all been checked prior to when they come in. They're all checked in,
Right.
To verify the signature, verify
Right.
anything else. But they just double check that the ballot is the correct number for the envelope, and that everything will proceed. Those are then put in a box. We have a vault where we store all the ballots. The ballots are then stored.
Okay. Now, who got a key to the vault?
Well, it's actually a double security passcode. We have card keys that allow us different people access to different places. So
okay, and it's all recorded anytime someone goes in. And
we have 39 cameras in our office. So
okay,
if you're anywhere but the bathroom, you're on a camera.
Okay, all right. okay.
So the vault has a camera in it. Plus, not only the card, but you have to have the PIN code.
Okay.
And that changes on election day and changes at various times. So
okay,
you have to have both the access on your card, which the people who've just been hired to do voter registration don't have access to the counting room or the vault where everything's stored. The vault has a little bit of fire protection, so there's a certain amount of protection there. We also have fire safes inside the vault where on election night, after they're counted, the military grade encrypted thumb drives that hold the votes are kept in a fireproof vault inside the
is that information stored like microfilm, like in a library? So do you have information from the 1960 election stored somewhere?
Well,
from the vote and stuff like that.
We have all of that, the old information on our website.
Okay.
In our computers, we keep anything related to any specific election for 22 months. So all the paperwork, all the envelopes, all the ballots, anything pertaining to a particular election is held for 22 months.
Okay.
Then we can clean that out, and we store that on site in our warehouse. Any 22 months, we clear it out to make room for the next election that's coming up in 2 months. So.
Right. Okay. Is that public record? So can reporters go research? Can professors go research that information? Is it accessible to anyone after the election?
It's excuse me. It is accessible to a point. You would probably have to get a judge's order to look at the majority of the materials, because it is there's a lot of information that is not public.
Okay.
And it's basically held 22 months in case there should be legal issues or anything come up. We have everything. We can go back. It's not so someone can come in and just peruse it. That's probably one of the things that we're facing now, is people want to come in and see everything. They want absolute total fairness. Well, we show everything. I mean, we're asked for things that don't exist.
Okay.
And
You can't give nothing that doesn't exist.
we can't give them files that we don't know what they're talking about.
Right. Okay. And so, any other myths? I kind of want to go to myths and then ask some specific questions for each myth.
Well, there is that, right now people are very concerned about non-citizens voting.
Okay.
That's not happening.
Okay.
We have a woman that works with us still. She retired about 4 years ago, but she still comes back on occasion. She worked 25 years with the commission. She's aware of 4 cases of people voting that were charged for illegal voting, and none of them were non-citizens. It was someone voting for someone else or trying to vote in 2 different jurisdictions, but 4 out of millions of votes statewide.
Okay, and that wasn't no illegal.
No illegal.
Because illegals. I mean, why would they? I mean, they putting themselves up for getting deported. If they and most illegals they hiding. I mean, why would they want to vote? I mean, so let's think logically, y'all. When we hear information out there, would you, have a warrant, go to the police? Some of y'all get caught up though, but no. Interesting. So
the penalty.
But go ahead. Yeah, what's the penalty?
The penalty is 2 years in jail and $10,000 fine for each instance. So if you're trying to throw an election and vote multiple times, that adds up very quickly. Plus, I do some voter registration training and some of the anecdotal stories. Someone was asked if they wanted to register to vote. They didn't know they weren't allowed to. They were not a citizen. When they went through their citizenship naturalization, one of the questions was, have you ever registered to vote? They said, yes, I did. Unintentionally, they were held up for 2 additional years.
Wow.
To go through the system to prove that they weren't doing that illegal. So it's something you don't want to do.
Right.
No one's doing it.
Right. Okay, good. Anything else? Any other myths out there?
I'm trying to think. There are plenty of people who have their own theories on how things work, but none of them really rise to that level.
Okay, cool. Well, we at least want to get the baseline on how ballots are processed, and it's been like that year after year after year. So you have the same process. A quick question: the voting machines. I know last year or the pandemic, people were worried about that they have internet access. Now the ballots, when I go vote, they paper ballots. I go paper and I do my little. I don't do nothing electronic.
Yeah.
Do we have electronic ballots or all are paper here in Dutch County?
They're all paper. There are machines used for handicapped people can use the express vote.
Okay.
Which will mark the ballot for them.
Okay.
And that's slightly different than the ballot that you and I would see. Which is the large 8.5 by 14, whatever size. It marks the ballot and you with the express vote for the any impairment, it can read it to you. If you have sight problem, it can enlarge the type so you can see what you're voting for on a larger screen. You can even do sip puff to move a cursor with your breath if you require that. And you have we don't provide sip puff for everyone because that gets a little expensive.
Right.
But if you have that in your day-to-day use, you can use it on those machines. So that's everything is a paper ballot.
Okay.
Now those come in; those are all read by the same machines in our office. We have 9 ES&S 850s, which are we got those in 2020. The Secretary of State provided all of the counting equipment for the entire state, all 93 counties. Douglas County is the largest election office in the state. So we have 9 of the machines. None of them are connected to the internet. None of them have modems. None of them are connected to each other. So there is no internet
Right.
in or out. So there's nothing that can come in. In Douglas County, we do our own programming. So we program the ballot. We do our own printing of ballots in Douglas County. So we print the ballot, we program the ballot, we program the machines. Everything is done by us. And there's just no step that goes outside of our control.
Great. Well, security. Let me see what else. What else have I heard? I haven't really heard anything else. Anything else? Any other myths? Anything else you guys get blamed for that we want to?
There is people are saying that the drop boxes, they're saying use the post office, not the drop boxes. We have 13 drop boxes around the county.
Okay.
We pick those up every day. For the most part, during the week, they're picked up by, again, 2 people of different political affiliations.
Okay.
On the weekends, our full-time staff will pick them up on our way in. We are in the season where we're working Saturdays and Sundays. So we're doing 7 days. We have we're actually running 2 crews, a day crew and a night crew in the office. So we're working from about 7:30 in the morning to 9 at night.
Okay, so we can call you at 9 at night now too?
You can't call after 5, but that doesn't, like yesterday was a holiday, but we were there.
Okay.
We were not open to the public, but we were getting everything caught up. From, gives us, we keep processing, so we keep it flowing.
Okay, so a tight ship. Let me see what else. Anything else? Anything as far as myths or concerns you're hearing out there?
There are concerns about people disrupting. We're in contact with law enforcement. We just had another meeting last week. No one has any credible threats. No one has. We're in Douglas County, Nebraska. For the whole, I think we're pretty fortunate that we're Nebraska nice.
Yep.
That doesn't mean there aren't crazy people out there, but there are no credible threats against us or our workers. We do try to look at all contingencies. We're certain that our poll workers are safe. Prior to every election, we talk with the county sheriff's department, the Omaha Police Department, Omaha City Attorney, Douglas County Attorney, Chief of the Fire Department, as well as Homeland Security officials, FBI. Some of them are all in the same meeting, some of them are different, but we do everything we can to make sure that any eventuality is for any danger or damage is minimized, and we're confident that we're going to provide a good election on the 5th of November, and our people will be safe and adequately taken care of.
Great. Again, nothing's connected to the internet. You can't get anything in or out. They got 39 cameras. 39. I don't know why they don't have 40. I don't know why they don't have 40, but that's a lot of cameras, without a doubt.
We have 13 more on the drop boxes, so that'll get you.
Okay. Now I gotta add some more cameras, man. Wow, that's good security. That's over 50 some cameras, man. That's security. That's security right there. Nebraska, Dutch County, man, y'all should feel real secure. If you want to be safe, just go out there in the parking lot, just hang out. You know what I mean? Because they got you on camera. Now, Friday is the last day where people can register online. Is that correct?
Yes, Friday, the 18th. You have until 6 p.m. to, if you have a mail-in registration, it has to be postmarked on Friday.
Okay.
Other than that, we need the applications in by 6 p.m. into our office. So if you are doing it online, you can that's this actually now the simplest way. If you have a Nebraska driver's license or a state ID, you can register online, and you can do that up until Friday. And it will walk you through step by step. You can go to our website, votedouglascounty.com. There's a drop down menu for registering to vote, and click on the online, and that'll just walk you through step by step. It's the easiest. The reason that it requires a driver's license or state ID is that it requires a signature, and those the driver's license has your signature on file, so that's brought in, imported. The only thing you cannot use the online portal for is if you have a name change, because there's no signature to match that.
Okay.
But again, that's any outside source of registration, like if you're having a voter registration drive, and you've gone out and you've gotten people from the community to fill out the paper forms, those need to be back in our possession by 6 p.m. They can be dropped off in our drop boxes. We'll have people at each drop box, and we'll pick those up at 6 p.m. At 6:0001, we won't take them from you anymore. But up to 6, we'll take them.
Okay. All right. That 2,800 workforce, they're gonna be out there working.
And then if you miss that deadline, you can register next week until 6 p.m. Friday, but you have to do it at our office.
Okay.
In person is the only way that you can register after Friday, the 18th.
Okay. All right. So we got online up until this Friday, in person up until next Friday, where you can register to vote. So let's circle back around to registering to vote. And I mentioned earlier before Chris arrived that you get 2 benefits by registering to vote. And generally, I don't know about Chris. Well, I know usually the candidates or the parties generally just talk about voting, but you get the opportunity to participate in juries also. And so, tell us any other benefits from being a registered voter.
Well, if you're a registered voter, like you were saying, you can be drafted for jury duty. Additionally, you can be drafted for poll worker duty.
Really?
Nebraska is the only state in the nation that drafts poll workers, and up until 2020, we were the only county in the state that drafted poll workers. So we'll draft about 45% of our poll workers.
So if you draft me, then I get paid. I come in. I come in for the contract. Then
everybody gets paid, even the volunteers get paid. It's minimum wage and slightly above.
Okay.
But everyone does get paid. So if we draft you, you have to work 4 elections.
Okay.
And what we've found, I mean, obviously there are some people that say I'm 4 and out. But a lot of the people also who get their 4 in then continue. Every year we have a whole poll worker hall of fame.
Oh, really?
People who've done 15, 20, 25 years. And vast majority of them started out as draftees and have just stayed on after that.
Man, I didn't know they had a poll worker hall of fame.
Oh, yeah. You get a certificate. We'll take your picture.
I'm in one hall of fame. I might try to get another hall of fame, y'all. I think I got some more years left of my life.
There you go. Well, we're always looking for more poll workers. We've got everyone for this election, but there's a city election coming up next year.
Yes. That is coming up. Let me ask a quick question. Since you mentioned the city election, now is that a partisan? I'm inspired by Dan Osborne. Hopefully, we will have him coming in because what he has done, and his last name is Osborne. Oh yeah, baby. Get some wishbone. Osborne is sideline. Come on, baby. The good old days. So, he's an independent. He's making a lot of noise. And like I said, there's a lot of different parties besides the Republican Democratic Party. Independent Party is one of them. Can an independent run for mayor here in Omaha?
The city elections, mayor and city council, are all technically nonpartisan. So they do not run as Republicans. They do not run as Democrats. They do not run as nonpartisans. It's a totally nonpartisan election.
Okay.
In that, in the primary, I'm aware of 4 people that are now planning on running for mayor.
Mm-hmm.
They will all be on the same ballot. 2 of them are Republican presently. 2 of them are Democrat,
Mhm.
but they'll all be. You can vote for any of those 4
Okay.
on the same ballot.
Okay. Okay.
City council is the same way. I don't know who's planning on running on those, but that said, the parties support people.
Right.
So there's a lot of support coming from political parties and political party points of view.
Right.
However, the offices themselves are nonpartisan, and the candidates are running as nonpartisan.
Okay. Cool. Interesting. All right. I might throw my hat in there. Where my hat? I might throw my hat in there. Just have some fun with it. I like to have some fun. Now, do you need signatures, or does it cost money to register to apply to be for mayor?
Both. Mayor, I believe, is 1,000 signatures.
Okay.
And I'm not sure what the filing fee is off the top of my head.
Okay.
It's not as much as like a federal office. Someone running for Congress has
Mhm.
to put down 1% of the pay.
Wow.
So that
Okay.
gets up into the 1,000.
Okay.
But the mayor, I think the city council might be 100, and the mayor isn't much more than that. I don't
Okay.
believe, but I'm sorry, I wasn't prepared for the city election.
Oh no, that's good. It's coming, man. I'm trying to get it ready, man. I'm trying to get ready. But 'cause I called yesterday to ask that question, but then I found out it was Indigenous Day, so you guys wasn't open. So, but I want to get that question out just to create some. I'm coming. I like that. And I think Dan's coming in here, bro. I might need him on my team. I need an Osborne on my team. I need an Osborne and a Devaney on my squad. Winners. I need some winners, man. So the election's coming up. How many elections have you been through?
Well, this is my 10th year, so 4. Let's see, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22. This will be my 6th general election.
Okay.
Plus 2 city elections. So, and 6 primaries. So.
Right. The caucus came in existence. Were you around when the caucus came in existence for that 1 year?
Yes, I in 2008. That's when I actually started becoming active
Mhm.
and helped set up the caucuses.
Yep.
Helped many other people. I was a minor cog in the process.
Oh, heck yeah, without doubt. Shouts out to my man Chris. Man, that was some good times. Those are good times.
It's a lot of excitement and a lot of.
Now, which did you like better? Did you like the caucus, or do you like our current system now?
The caucus could have been great from the. You have to put a party hat on. If you were from the party and you looked at the caucus and you said this could be a great organizing tool,
Mhm.
because you got a large number of very excited people.
Right.
I mean, 2 weeks before, a week and a half before the Omaha caucuses, we didn't know if we'd have anyone show up.
Man, it was packed.
We had over 1,000 people at 13 different caucuses. We didn't know if we'd get 100 at each one 2 weeks prior, and then it just exploded.
Right.
Now you have between 1,200 and 1,800 people at each of these caucuses.
Mhm.
That was a great organizing opportunity.
Right.
That opportunity just kind of melted away, and the follow-up wasn't what it should have been.
Right.
It was a great morale boost.
Yeah, it was.
People across the county didn't know all of their neighbors who were
Mhm.
Democrats. out west, people in some counties didn't know there were any other Democrats. It
Right.
was nice to meet at a restaurant and go, hey, there are more of us.
Yeah, I thought it was a great experience. I loved it. The debates
Yeah.
that went on. You learned a lot, from each side. Shouts out to Iowa, I guess. Shouts out to Iowa, our neighbors.
Yeah. Well, I think it has helped, like the Nebraska splitting the electoral college. It helps bring in the candidates because there's a little more connection for them to be personally involved.
Right.
So Omaha is fortunate, Douglas County, to be part of the 2nd congressional district where we've had J.D. Vance come in trying to get it. We've had Tim Walz come in.
And he's coming back again.
Doug Emhoff. Yeah, Tim's coming back Saturday.
So I interviewed both Vargas and Bacon. I interviewed Bacon first, and it was good to hear that he said he actually liked the Blue Dot. He likes that he has to work with the other side. He said he actually get more done in Congress based off the environment here.
Yeah.
Vargas also agreed. And he said if it's too much Democrat or too Republican, then those districts really don't get anything done because they really don't have to. But here in Omaha, and shouts out to State Senator Mike McDonald. I brought him in and pat him, give him a pat round his back right here, and because he had the heat on him, and he represented Omaha from his very name. So shouts out to our neighbor brothers and sisters, Omaha, to go against the current, and now he's running for mayor. So dang it, I don't know if I can run against him. I like him. He's a firefighter. He's put out a lot of fires. So it's gonna be the city election is going. Your job ain't over with. So after this election, do that same set of people stay on because it's right back in the game.
Basically, it'll take us until the middle of November, just prior to Thanksgiving, to certify this election.
Okay.
Then we kind of catch our breath. We will go back to, if not our 13 people, probably only about 50 in the office, and that'll be to continue voter registration. And then starting right now, people can take out the petitions to run for the city offices.
Okay.
But you can't file for the city offices until the first week in January. So we'll start again in January.
Okay.
The primary is in April. The general election is in May. So it's fairly compact.
Wow.
But we will, basically all the people that are working now, several of those will be rehired early next year, depending on when we see the workload starting to build up again. We will build it. Now, the city election, the turnout is never, unfortunately, as high as it is. Presidential election is our big one. Everyone wants to vote for president.
Right.
Even though the mayor and the city council are more directly
way more
involved
important.
with how our lives go every day.
Yeah.
Everyone wants to vote for we'll have several people who will just vote for president and leave everything else on the ballot blank. And with something, what do we have? 10, 12 initiatives on the ballot or between the city and the public access. So there's plenty on the ballot.
Who's the experts on the initiatives? Are you the expert on the initiatives? Or who would you recommend? Because sometimes the initiatives are confusing. Sometimes
they are,
and I know you don't have nothing to do with it at all.
No, we just certify the signatures that allow someone. And Douglas County, even though we're one of 93 counties, we did 45% of the signature verification for the state. So we're heavily involved in that, but that's really our only. The Secretary of State and the Attorney General finalize the language that's going to be on the ballot, or that was also on the initiatives as they were out there for signatures.
Mhm.
So we don't really have anything to do with that. As far as the initiatives, learning what they are, League of Women Voters has their opinion on them. You can access their voter guide on Vote 411. The Voter Information Project, VIP, also has, that's another voter guide. I believe they have information on the initiatives. I'm not certain on that, but I think they do. It's
Okay.
a little different viewpoint from them.
Right.
Judges are up for retention. The only place that really has any information from them is the Nebraska Bar Association.
Okay. Okay. Interesting. Because you really don't hear a lot about judges, especially if you go to down south. The judges actually have pictures. They actually be running. Here it's more like they be silent running. I never really seen the judge actually go out. Judge, I need y'all to advertise, Judge. I need some of the judges to advertise. I need him for real. I say that they have never done anything. It's always you just see them on a ballot. Interesting.
In Nebraska, they're just shall this judge be retained? So it's in other states they actually run for office.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
It's a competitive office.
Yes.
Just like sheriff
yeah,
or
why the difference?
The main thing is keeping it as non-political as possible. Now, obviously, judges are appointed by the governor.
It's
in
political.
Nebraska,
Yeah.
So they're going to have a political
Yeah.
history.
Yeah.
But at the same time, if you're running for office, then you become much more partisan usually, and a lot of people see the way we do it with just the appointments and not people running for office as a little more fair, a little less political.
So has a judge actually been voted out? Because I know Senator Chambers actually went out a couple of judges when I was a probation officer. Like I said, I had a couple. So I know the senator had ran a couple of them out, but have the voters? I have never seen one of them voted out.
Not in Nebraska. There were a couple of Supreme Court justices voted out in Iowa a few years ago. Similar system. Shall they be retained or not? Iowa, they did vote not to retain. Nebraska, I'm not aware of any judges not being retained.
Was it a campaign against the actual judges? Because it's like you had to make an awareness campaign to actually go after one of them. Because most people go for 4, but some say no. So they always see them always retained, always.
Yeah, there have been campaigns in Nebraska. I believe the one you were referencing, where Senator Chambers did go after at least 2 judges.
Yes,
but they were retained by the voters, even with a campaign against them.
Right.
So,
all right. Anything else that we didn't discuss this morning? Because I know we got over, misinformation, myths. Of course, we discussed all the facts. Hopefully. If there's any questions from the community, most of them, everybody's saying good morning, great rising. Great rising, everybody. Anything that we didn't discuss that you want to make sure that we get across this morning, Chris?
Election Day is November 5th. Actually, we're in Election Day. We'll have upwards of the last week we had 3,100 people, over 3,100 people vote in our office. So our office is open for voting Monday through Friday. We'll be open next Tuesday and Thursday until 6. The week after that we'll be open Tuesday and Wednesday, because Thursday would be Halloween. We didn't figure people are going to be real excited about spending Halloween in our office.
Unless you have some candy for the kids.
And then we will be open on Saturdays, the last 2 Saturdays before the election, from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. So people could come out and vote at that time, pick up a ballot, whatever. The Election day, if you're in line or returning a ballot, you have to do that by 8 p.m.
Mm-hmm.
If you're in line at 8 p.m. and should there be a line for some reason, everyone who's in line will be able to vote. At the office, when we have deadlines, I refer to myself as getting the Kanye West duty, in that I have to go out and mark the end of the line because he was unable to get into a polling place
Right.
on deadline. So I make sure that the deadline is marked at the office, and we'll have people at all the drop boxes to pick up at 8:30, and then the box is locked. The polling places are all open until 8 o'clock. So, make sure you get to the poll in time. If you have any difficulty, you have to allow the time to come into our office and fix it and get back. So remember that 8 o'clock on the 5th is the final date. Postal postmarks don't count in Nebraska.
Okay. Ms. Session had a question. I don't know if we went over this. What would happen if everyone voted no to a judge? They would they lose their job? Yeah, I guess so. Yeah. So if they're not retained, they'll lose their job then.
Yeah, they're either retained, which means the things go on as they exist. If they are voted out, it's a vacancy. I'm not sure what the term is when they would leave office, but they would leave office, and the governor would appoint a replacement for them.
Okay. So all judges here in Nebraska are appointed by
all of the
governor,
district judges. Yes.
Okay. I'm working with county judges, district judges deal mainly with more felonies and stuff like that. And county judges deal with more of the misdemeanors and stuff like that. So, but they deal with some felonies that will be adjudicated up to county and as well juvenile. They all work hand in hand. Anything else? Any other benefits regards to being a registered voter? I know you can participate in jury. Of course, you're going to vote.
Participate in jury. The main thing is what I consider the main privilege is the ability to vote. And we have so many people who register and don't vote. And we have 363,000 registered voters at the first of the month. That'll be up closer to 170,000 by the time we get to the election. We got 2 more weeks to register. 30% of those people won't vote.
Why is it? Is it because? Why is it, Chris? How old are you, Chris?
I'm 74.
Okay, so
I've been voting since 2022.
Right. So 1922.
Yeah.
1922.
72.
Oh, I said, God, I said, boy, you looking great.
Yeah, and I weigh 150 pounds.
Oh man, Vicky Young said hi, Chris.
Oh, thank you, Vicky. Good to see you.
So, man, you've been voting for 1972. So I was 7 years old.
And that's only because they changed the voter registration. When I was 18, you had to be 21
to vote.
Yeah, and
okay, hold on a second. So 18-year-olds can vote, right?
Right now, anyone 18, anyone whose birthday is on or before, this sounds funny, but the first Tuesday after the first Monday in November, which this year is November 5th. We'll make that easy for you right now. Anyone whose birthday is on the 5th could have registered to vote as early as January 1st of this year.
Okay.
And voted in every election up through the November 5th election.
Okay. So high schoolers, if you're 18, you can vote. Not 17. But if you turn 18 before the city election, you can vote next year for sure.
Yeah. And again, next year, even though the elections are in April and May, if your birthday is before that date, that first Tuesday after the first Monday in November, you can vote in the primary. You can register in January and vote in the primaries.
Okay. All right.
And the general election in April and May.
All right. Okay. So for your organizers, baby, in those high schools, there'll be a lot of kids maturing, in this next, man, time going by fast. We're talking about next year already. Kids gonna be graduating. Shouts out to my homeboy. He just got his master. I think he walked across the stage at UNO. Shouts out to UNO. He got his master in counseling, so he walked across stage in December. So people are moving, grooving. So make sure you guys get registered to vote. As Chris said, you got two benefits: not only the voting side, you get to participate in the jury side. So let's take advantage of using our constitutional rights, and get involved in voting. So you don't know why people don't vote. It is.
Some people say it. I mean, I've anecdotally talked to people and say, "Oh, it doesn't matter what my vote is, or my vote doesn't really count." We've had races separated by as few as 3 votes.
Mhm.
We've had races that we've been fortunate; we haven't had any tied, but every vote does count.
Mhm.
Ask Roger Garcia, the Douglas County Commissioner, who lost to Mike Boyle by 3 and then was appointed to the seat because he was so close.
Yeah, so
when
close.
the opening came up.
Yeah, without doubt, and the people voted for him. So
Yeah.
I think that was a great move. Shouts out to Roger. I know Roger. Especially in the organizing days, a lot of these gentlemen were like, even yourself, volunteers way back when. You're not new to this
No.
at all, and so shouts out to all of them. Voting does matter. Your vote does matter, and I brought the expert in here. He's responsible for making sure that our elections are fair. We talked about all the securities that they have. They have over 50 some cameras there. If you want to go have a picnic or a barbecue on the parking lot, you'll be safe because they got cameras watching.
You'll be seen.
Yeah, they probably will come out there and ask for a rib or something. No, it's they have encryption. Nothing's connected to the internet. I mean, you're safe in the bathrooms. I mean, it's a great environment for those that even want to have a job. So you're gonna miss this cycle, but for next year, the city elections, they're gonna be needing another 2,000 poll workers for sure. And so let's be advocates, and let's make sure that if we see anything out there suspicious, because again, these are our neighbors. Let's make sure that we tell somebody. All right, as the election gets close, make sure that we look at our sources of information. Let's cross reference. So for you new people, people that's born in the 2000s. See, I was born in the 1900s, and I'm a car catalog type of dude. Chris is a car catalog dude. Now we're forced to use y'all Google thing. But we car catalog dudes. And when you're a car catalog dude, you cross-reference. Oh, yeah, you cross-reference because we have a number. And then while we're going to get that number and that book, dang, I didn't know this book is this. And you start reading this. And then when you finally get to your area, then there's books on each side, up above and down below. And then you got to look at everything. You got to cross-reference information to make sure it's valid. That's all I'm asking y'all. Just don't get information from just one source. All right. Even Fox News said they're fair and balanced. I use it too because we're fair and balanced also. So, all right. Any advice, Chris? Because again, we want to keep down the myths.
Yeah.
We want to keep up the truths. So everyone feels that the system is fair to them.
You can use our website, votedouglascounty.com. You can find out where your polling place is. There's on the homepage, you just plug in your address number and your zip code, and it will bring up a picture of your polling place, the address for your polling place. You can access a photo or a copy of the actual ballot you will find when you get to the polling place.
Mm-hmm.
So you can make sure you know what issues you're voting for, what people you want to vote for. Again, There are voter guides out there, Vote 411 and Voter Information Project, both online. There are print copies of some available, but mostly online. Study the issues, make sure you understand what they are actually saying, what they're going to do. Also online, you can check the status if you voted early. Under early voting, you can find the connection to the Secretary of State's website, and you can check the status of your ballot. I know 2 hours after I turned my ballot in, it had been received, and an hour after that, it had been accepted. So you can see the status, and then we'll count all of the early ballots the Monday before the election. We don't even, my boss Brian and I don't know what the numbers are until 8 o'clock election night, but those will be the first numbers you see. And then every 45 minutes after that, or 8 o'clock, 8:45, and then 9:45, we'll release the second set of numbers will be what's been voted during the day up until 2 p.m. And then after that, we'll have all of the precincts as they come in. We'll also have on our website at that point, after the 9:45 count, we will mark off what precincts are completely counted at that point. So as they come in, they'll be the ones closer to our office, because when the polls close at 8, the closest polls are going to have the shortest drive. The ones a lot farther away are going to be the last ones out.
Okay, cool. Well, man, we appreciate you stopping in today. We're going to have you come back again and continue to educate us on the process, but also, to continue to be the voice of stopping myths and telling truths. Today is Tell Truth Tuesday, baby. That's all you heard today. Make sure you contact our election commission office if you have any questions, concerns. Give them a call, and they will be more than happy to help you. Don't go off of hearsay. Call the people that are responsible for our elections. All right. Anything else, Chris?
That's all. It's a simple phone number, 402-444-VOTE, which is 8683, but vote.
Can't beat it, y'all. We're about to take a quick break, man. We're about to get out of here on this Tell Truth Tuesday. I'm glad Chris came in to educate us on the process. We're gonna make sure we're gonna go to a couple of our sponsors, and we got a couple politicians that's advertising, y'all. And so I worked for Mayor Fahey campaign way back when, and shouts out to Rebecca Patlin. She worked in South Omaha on the Mayor Fahey campaign, and Mayor Fahey, I learned a lot from that campaign. I learned that you have free to pay marketing. I learned that if you're in different areas of the city, you tweak your message based off of the crowd. So if you got Catholics, you want to talk about some Catholic stuff. If you got an urban community, you want to talk about the urban stuff. If you got a Hispanic community, you want to talk about some Hispanic stuff, but you keep your core message. And then I know that him having just a love for this community, and so I learned a lot in that campaign. And so when I see stuff now, and I saw that how he invested in the vote. He put money into North Omaha and South Omaha to get their vote. You see what I'm saying? He advertised with those media companies. God rest his soul, John Henson, for the Reader, Omaha Star, back then the Go Ahead magazine, because I used to work for them. They put money into those local periodicals, which makes a difference. And then they put money for your vote. They're trying to invest for your vote. And we got to look at that. Are these politicians investing to get your vote? All right. Omaha, the birds of bless. Chris been around here a long time too, without a doubt. Any shots out? You trying to get some brownie points? Any shots out? You want to say hi to somebody?
No, I'll just let it go with what we have.
All right. Omaha, the Birds of Bluffs. We want to thank you guys. I'm going to take a quick break. We're going to be right back. Again, today is Tell the Truth Tuesday. Our goal is to make sure we're better individuals, better family members, and better citizens. What's wrong with being a little bit better? Shouts out to my coach. I'll be seeing my college coach. He still called me. You know, I'm still coachable. You know what I mean? I'll be 60 and my coach still called me. He said, "Good job, Billy," because he don't want to call me Billy. You know what I mean? So, and I'll be seeing him in 2 days. So I'm excited. I'm like a freshman again, man. I'm like a 59-year-old freshman. I'm going back to homecoming. Shouts out to Midland, Colorado, Freeland, Nebraska. Oh, we're taking it over. We're taking over this weekend. I'll be seeing my coaches. Oh, it's going to be a great time. And the professors, some of those that are still alive, I can't wait. I feel like a freshman again, Chris. 59-year-old freshman. I feel like my mom I wish she was here again. I'll be crying without a doubt. Omaha, the Birds of Bluffs. Man, y'all have a beautiful day. I'm finna get out of here. We finna get out of here for a second day. I'll be right back. Boss with us.
Hello, everybody. How you guys doing?
Good. How are you?
How are you? I'm good. I just talked to my girlfriend and she's crying because she's in a car accident and she doesn't know what to do.
Just told her to call the lawyers, Van Gogh and Ibogwe.
Phone number?
402-345-5759.
Yes, she doesn't speak any English.
Doesn't matter, they speak Spanish.
¿Cuál es el número de teléfono?
402-345-5759. 402-345-5759.
But she doesn't have any money.
Doesn't matter, the consultation is free.
And she doesn't have a work permit.
Doesn't matter, they can help her there.
Okay, let's go tell her.
We are leaving now. Thank you so much. Gracias.
Because of historic emissions from lead smelting operations, Eastern Omaha has been designated as a Superfund site. The City of Omaha samples and tests residential properties located within the Omaha lead site boundaries and remediates contaminated yards. For homes in this area, sampling, testing, and remediation are provided for free. To find out if your property has been sampled and tested, or to schedule sampling or remediation, go to omahalead.org or call 402-731-3045.
Omaha Lead is a proud supporter of KOWN 95.7, The Boss.
Create your own FM radio show at 95.7 and reach over 900,000 people. These radio shows will be streaming on platforms such as radio.net and mytunein.com. 1 hour radio shows are just $150 per show. If you're interested, call William King at 402-714-6482.
Looking for a new and exciting way to grow your career? North End Teleservices is hiring for full-time roles in customer service, administration, and leadership. Positions include competitive pay, benefits, paid time off, and tuition assistance. At North End Teleservices, our mission is to create jobs and change lives. We invest in our employees and are dedicated to helping them reach their personal and professional goals. Your success is our success. Embark on a new career today by joining our diverse team. Apply at northendteleservices.com. North End Teleservices is a proud supporter of KOWN 95.7, The Boss.
Create your own podcast that will start a movement. 1 hour podcast costs only $50 per show. If you're interested in launching your own podcast, contact William King at 402-714-6482.
Hey, it's Larry Britt, here to tell you about my friend Don Bacon. I was born and raised in North Omaha, 26 and Patrick Avenue. I went to Tech High School. I've lived in Omaha all my life. Over the last 8 years, I've seen firsthand the improvement Don has delivered for North Omaha. Don has secured over $11 million to restore North 24th Street and brought home a $25 million grant to renovate 30th Street. This money is building affordable housing, bringing in businesses, and making our streets safer